What's up, Dreamer Tribe? What's up, world? I am Bianca, and this is my channel. So for today, I would like to talk to you guys about a recently released Netflix movie, and that is Bleach. So for those who aren't familiar with the anime and the manga, of which this live adaptation is based off, and without going into further spoiler territory, or without even going into a little bit of spoiler territory, this is a story of a young high school student who can see and talk to ghosts, who goes by the name of Ichigo Kurosaki, and his fateful encounter with a Shinigami, Rukia Kuchiki. Shinigamis are soul reapers, and the meeting of these two people sets into motion life changing events, not only for the two of them, but for those around them. To say that the quality of this live action adaptation is quite surprisingly good would be an understatement. So why do I say that? Well, the first time I saw the live trailers, or the live adaptations trailer, I was convinced to stay as far away as humanly possible from this one. After all, Netflix is notorious and has proven that they could quite handily butcher a live adaptation of an anime or manga. And the trailer, despite showing off impressive CGI, it sort of gave me a disconnect when I looked at the characters, because many of the characters featured in that trailer didn't look like their anime or manga counterparts, or the characters that they were supposed to be portraying. Case in point is Rukia's character, who deviates from her anime slash manga hairdo in such a way that you would have a hard time realizing or recognizing who she is supposed to be with just a headshot alone. Now, you might say that, well, this is an adaptation. It would be hard to copy the looks of the characters they're portraying from the anime and turning it into something that is real, I mean, in the real world. And to that I say, Google Bleach the musical. Yes, that's a thing. There is an actual musical that was shown in Japan, in theaters in Japan, in stages in Japan, and it features Bleach characters with their actors and actresses looking as though they are as close to their anime counterparts as possible. For a stage show, it was an incredible thing to watch, and I have watched it. I have loved it. Even the songs in that musical was incredibly great and perfect, and the action sequences were amazing, as were the actors and actresses themselves. Apart from that, though, there is one thing about this live adaptation version of the acclaimed anime and manga series to talk about, and that is that it only encompasses the entire substitute Shinigami arc. It's an abridged version of it with a surprisingly good and sort of different ending. There's an actual twist at the ending. It's not like the actual ending from the anime and manga that we know, which I am not gonna spoil since it is something best watched and experienced firsthand. So as this is the story of the first arc of the anime and the manga, and it is squished into a 2-hour movie, it's easy to understand that, and it's quite okay to expect that there are a lot of things that have been left out in this movie. A lot of things were rushed, but they did it in a way that the flow of the story is actually seamless, and that newcomers wouldn't get lost in its narrative. But at the same time, that also means that most of the characters are given the job of exposition machines to compensate for it. Now, as live adaptations go, one thing that usually gets forgotten or swept under the rug is the feel of the medium that they adapted it from. Similar to this is the atmosphere of the original, which is um, could simply be put as the background music, the sound effects, um, and in this live adaptation of Bleach, that is not the case. The edgy tone and feel of the manga and the anime, as well as the music that was included in this, is so similar to the anime that I couldn't help but feel nostalgic for the good old days when Bleach was actually good. Action sequences were on point, or as on point as they could be, and that is to be expected considering that the lead actor who plays Ichigo Kurosaki in this live action movie from Netflix is known for his stint in the Kamen Rider series, and he is none other than Sota Fukushi. There are a few frames, however, in this movie when the CGI effects are so obvious in these fight scenes, but those are few and could easily be missed if one isn't paying attention or if you aren't used to spotting these effects or seeing through these effects. I'm not saying that the CGI is bad, however, it's not. It's actually pretty good. Even the evil spirits that the Shinigami fight, which are called hollows, they looked as they did in the anime and manga, and that is just so cool to see that it transcended from the anime and the manga into this real life or real world or live adaptation, and that's just so amazing how they actually made it seem like hollows do exist, even though we know that the actors are basically just acting through a green screen or a puppet in this case. So the thing that amazes me with live adaptations that has Japanese cast are the acting skills of these Japanese actors and actresses. They embody who their characters are so much that even the smallest mannerisms are copied and showed to the viewers. And the Bleach live action movie cast just does that so perfectly that despite their characters not looking like who they're supposed to be, the way they act and how they have managed to convey the mannerisms of each of those characters compensates for that difference in appearance. Although that is just not to say that every single character in this live action movie didn't look like their original counterparts in the anime and manga. No, that's not the case. There are a number of characters here that actually look like their anime and manga counterparts, like Byakuya, like Urahara, like Renji, for instance. And then Chad even looks the same as he does in the anime, though he lacks a little bit in stature. And Uryu is passable. Ichigo, sort of, because the only thing that I'm actually having a little bit of disconnect with his characters, how this his live action counterpart and his anime counterpart is his hair. In this live action, it doesn't look that orange to me. Similarly, Orihime doesn't have the right hair color or shade as the anime and manga, and also how she behaves is different. She's more annoying here than she is in the anime, and that's just me being biased since I don't really like her character all that much. There are also humorous parts in this movie, and it goes well with the scenes and are not forced or stupid. I mean, the jokes aren't stupid. It actually reminded me of how Marvel does their movies, and that just puts a smile to my face. Yeah, that's a Thanos reference. Having said that, I'm used to getting disappointed with live action adaptations produced by Netflix, that my expectations with their live action adaptation of Eastern mediums are so low. I came in and watched this thinking that it's just going to be something boring and would just be a good background noise as I worked. I don't think anyone could blame me though, again, not after that poor excuse of a Death Note film and the lackluster Full Metal Alchemist film, which are just to name a few. There have been quite a number of anime manga turned into live action films now. Now, Bleach live action adaptation did not follow the trend, however. It's actually pretty good. It's a fun movie, nostalgic in a way, and it because it tells the story of one of, at least for me, one of Bleach's finest arc. And the ending, though it left a lot to be desired, opened up the film for a sequel, though at the same time it was done in a way that does feel like the producers and directors were playing it safe, which is understandable. Either way, they handled this one exceptionally well. They did it so well actually that I did not want the movie to end. It was just that good. Dare I even say it, it's the best live action adaptation for an anime and manga that we have thus far, and that even includes movies that were shown in theaters and not just on Netflix. So my verdict for this film is a solid 8 out of 10. It's a fun adaptation of the hit anime and manga with good actors and decent pacing that brings out the best of Bleach despite being full of expositions to make up for the quick storytelling that encompassed the entire Shinigami substitute arc's important bits. With an ending that is quite different from the anime and manga it was based from, it is, however, set up in a way that a potential sequel is possible and makes you hope that there actually would be a sequel to it. But at the same time, it could simply stand on its own as a one-off movie. So watching it is highly, highly, highly recommended. I'll give it a couple of thumbs up. So what do you guys think? Have you watched the Bleach live action adaptation yet? Have you watched Bleach the musical? There are actually two of them. What are your favorite parts of the movie? Share those thoughts in your noggin on the comment section below. And if you like this movie, this movie and this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and share this video if you can. If you didn't like it, then give it a thumbs down. Do share the reason why on the comment section as well. I just dropped the mic. For the reasons why you gave it that rating. Feedback is always highly appreciated, especially if they are of the constructive nature. So anyways, I'm still holding the mic since I can't put it down now. Anyways, that's all the time we have for today. I am really glad I ended up watching this movie, and I hope you guys would give it a good watch too. To all our new members of the Dreamer Tribe, our subscribers, thank you for the sub. You guys are awesome. Until the next video, you know the drill. Dream on, fly on.